Tonight, we take a look at the new Student Government Association.
Plus a new app to help students stay connected. Stay tuned, Troy. Trojan Vision News starts now.
From the High Definition Production Center of Troy University's Broadcast and Digital Network at Troy, Alabama's International University, this is Troy Trojan Vision News.
Hello and welcome to Troy Trojan Vision News for August 19th, 2015. I'm Christy Henderson.
And I'm Haley Greathouse. Thank you for joining us this evening. Downtown Montgomery will soon have another beverage option thanks to an expansion on Troy's Montgomery campus. Amanda DeHer explains.
On Wednesday morning, Troy University announced an expansion to its Montgomery campus. The university bookstore will expand into a Barnes & Noble cafe and will offer an expanded menu for both students and residents in the downtown area.
Currently, students and faculty and staff who work and go to school here in Montgomery do not actually have available to them right now a consistent and quality food service. One of the things that we've been talking about for the last year is how can we provide a more dependable food service option for people that work at the university. So in discussing with Barnes & Noble, a renovated bookstore, we immediately saw the opportunity to expand into one of their cafe options. And so even though it's a Barnes & Noble cafe, it will serve Starbucks products.
Montgomery Mayor Todd Strange says that he is excited to see this addition to the blossoming revitalization efforts in the downtown area.
But this is just a great confidence builder for not only Troy, but for this end of Montgomery. There's so many things that are going on. New restaurants are coming, new residents will be here, and as the Senator talked about, perhaps there'll just be people wandering up this direction to be able to get that good Starbucks at Barnes & Noble.
Troy University has often been seen as one of the major contributors to the initial revitalization efforts in downtown Montgomery, and Chancellor Jack Hawkins is glad to see the school can still be a part of that effort.
It's encouraging for all of us to continue to see the developments in downtown Montgomery, and those developments will have a ripple effect with all the condominium that are being constructed, the renovation, the new retail, new entertainment venues, and this part of Montgomery that sits right in the heart of what has been the genesis of the Renaissance, if you will. Where the Rosa Parks Library and Museum is located, Federal Courthouse. This will bring even another resource to an under-resourced part of the city. You know, with our Barnes & Noble cafe, now people will have a place for Starbucks coffee. They'll have a place to retreat to in a beautiful setting.
Amanda Daher, Troy Trojan Vision News.
Construction on the new Barnes & Noble's cafe is expected to begin in October. The project should be completed by next spring.
With fall semester starting last week, the Troy University Student Government Association met to discuss plans for the upcoming semester. Courtney Chandler has the story.
With school being officially back in session, the Troy University Student Government Association met for its first meeting for the fall semester on Tuesday night.
Really excited to get so many projects that we've worked on that are carrying over from last year, some of the projects that we came up with this summer, and some of the ongoing projects that we'll continue to develop. Really, we just laid out our goals for the upcoming fall, and really some of the fall for the spring semester as well.
Old and new senators met to discuss plans for the upcoming semester, and this year the SGA has moved to a new location for their upcoming meetings.
You know, when I sat down and think, what is a good place to accommodate enough people? Let's say we have, 30, 40 visitors. So we looked at maybe the auditorium in Hawkins Hall. And it worked out so well that across the hall there's a boardroom which we use for our executive meetings the hour before the Senate meeting. So it worked out really well.
One of the new things that the SGA is introducing for this semester is the new Cork app that will now replace Trojan Today.
Cork is actually just a function of that. When you download it on your phone, it lets you see all the events that are going on, not only for that organization, but all the other organizations that you select for it to notify you. So it's a really cool function that we have. And
one exec member told how students can get involved with SGA and run for Senate seats for the fall semester.
The Troy SGA office is always open. There's always someone here from 8 to 5. So you can come and ask, like, how do I get involved in SGA? Our Senate applications are actually up for many of the resident storms and I think one at-large seat. So if anyone actually wants to run, they can go on that Trojan Connection that we've been talking about and apply for that.
Courtney Chandler, Troy, Trojan Vision News.
The SGA meets every Tuesday at 6:30 in Hawkins Hall, room 122. And Haley, like SGA was referring to as that new technology, students are available to use that now.
That's right, Christy. A new website and app for smartphones is connecting students to Troy's organization and on-campus activities. Jordan Elston explains.
Students often want to take part in activities on campus, but are unaware of when and where the events will be.
I mean, a lot of people are always looking for things to do. They don't know what to do, and they just want to find something to do, even if it's as simple as, hey, they're just going to have like a water gun fight or something out on the quad. I don't know.
And for students looking to get involved on campus but aren't quite sure how, help is only a tap away.
Trojan Connections is the brand new website we're using this year for our student organizations, also is our event page. The great thing about Trojan Connection is that along with it is an app called Cork.
Cork, spelled C-O-R-Q, is the new go-to event finder for all Trojans to enjoy.
You can download it right from your app store if you have an iPhone or an Android. And once you have it on your phone, you can log in as a Troy student. And from there, you can see all the events that are happening at Troy University. You can also see public events that are happening at colleges and universities near Troy.
An app that allows students to know what events are going on campus can make sure that our campus events are highly more attended. Everybody has a telephone in their hand, so if you can pull up an app just like you use Instagram or Twitter, you can pull up an app and use it automatically. I do think that students will look at the app more to find out what student organizations are doing on our campus today.
Jordan Elston, Troy, TrojanVision News.
Once again, the Cork app is free and available on the Apple App Store and the Android market.
And now taking a look at news from around the state. An Alabama trucking company has agreed to pay more than $112,000 in back wages and damages to settle violations found by the U.S. Labor Department. The federal agency says its investigators found that Fitzhugh Contracting, a trucking company and logging company based in Galion, had failed to pay required overtime to 63 employees and had wrongfully classified 46 workers as independent contractors.
Police say a Birmingham area man who was fatally shot may have been killed by his 2-year-old son. The 31-year-old man was shot once in the head in Hoover apartment yesterday afternoon.
Republican presidential hopeful Donald Trump will make a campaign stop in Alabama later this week. The office of Mobile Mayor Sandy Stimpson confirmed the campaign visit. Trump will appear at a pep rally at 7 o'clock Friday night at the Mobile Civic Center.
Still to come on Troy TrojanVision News, we take a look at how the defense is preparing for the football season under head coach Neil Brown.
Plus, wildfires are racing across the western United States. We will have that story and more coming up.
The military is sending 200 soldiers to help fight nearly 100 wildfires burning across the West. I'm Chris Martinez in Castaic, California. That story is coming up.
If you store your guns properly,
I'll feel safer when I'm playing outside.
Safer when walking home.
And I won't have to tell my kids, this isn't a drill.
Never let your gun get into the wrong hands. Always lock it up.
How can I help my daughter with her reading?
Searching for help with Dachshund breeding.
No.
Let me try. Sarah's bright, but when she's reading, she has trouble sounding out words.
Playing world music.
What?
I give up.
Wait, I was trying to show you how Sarah feels every day. Frustrating, isn't it? Redirecting to understood.org.
Join parents and experts at understood.org, a free online resource about learning and attention issues to help your child thrive.
This is Dr. Daniel Smith. He's an expert in domestic and international economics, but his proudest achievement is helping his students accomplish more than they ever thought possible. That's the warrior spirit.
Now, the latest in Trojan Sports on Troy TrojanVision News.
Expectations are high for the Trojan football team as they prepare for their first season under new head coach Neil Brown, as kickoff is just 2.5 weeks away. Brown says the team has improved much this fall as it prepares for the opening kick. The defense has improved from last week's scrimmage. They made big plays and the offense had to fight for every down. Head coach Neil Brown says there is still more work to be done.
Defensively, I thought we answered. I thought we did a good job in the red zone of holding them to field goals, holding the offense to field goals. Also thought we did, again, a nice job in the short yardage in the coming out section, made it the ones punt coming out.
Not only are the coaches impressed, the offense have seen a big improvement from the defense since the spring and start of fall practice.
Oh man, they're a lot better. Like from the front line to the second line, even to the safeties and corners. Like they're a lot better all across the board. And they work us every day and we work them. So it goes both ways.
Some players on defense stepped up during the scrimmage, and Coach Brown says they will be needed throughout the season.
Some of those young defensive backs really stood up and made some plays. Sedarius Rookert has been coming along for about a week now. He is definitely going to be a factor in the secondary there. I thought he made some really good plays. LaMarcus Farmer showed up today, which we need him to. He's obviously a fifth-year guy that transferred here from UAB that we're counting on. So he played well tonight.
Coach Brown and his staff played music over the sound system during the scrimmage. But what was the real reason why he did it?
The reason I did it tonight was really because I didn't want them to be able to hear the coaches. You know, I wanted them to go out and play. I wanted to see, because a lot of times in practice, the coaches are telling them where to line up and giving them their assignments, and just so we can get the plays down offensively and defensively on special teams.
The Trojans will open their season on September 5th against NC State in Raleigh. If seeing the football team's defense got you pumped up for Trojan Sports, there's even more in store for you this weekend. Trojan Sports Day will kick off at 10 a.m. this Saturday when the football team holds its third scrimmage of fall camp. Fan Day will follow after the game from 1 to 3 with the football, volleyball, soccer, and cross-country teams all attending. Free food and drinks will be provided for fans by the Trojan Warrior Fund, and people will also have the opportunity to purchase tickets for the upcoming football season. Fans will have to wait another week after soccer kicks off for the Trojan volleyball team to start their season. The Trojans hit the road for their first competition of the 2015 campaign on Friday, August 28th at the Chattanooga Classic against Eastern Kentucky. The volleyball team is in the middle of their preseason practice schedule to get ready for their matchup, and head coach Sonny Kirkpatrick says the team is shaping up well.
We're coming along. We've had a lot of new players that we're really teaching from the beginning of how we want things done and the way we want to play, and they've done a really good job so far. We've been at it for about two and a half weeks, and you know, every day we get better, and that's the goal. Typically in your preseason, you have a day or two where you really take a big step back because the girls are exhausted and they've had their weights, and we really haven't had that this preseason, and that's been a lot of fun to go into the gym every day with them because they want to get better every day.
The Trojans will have their first home action on September 1st when they welcome UAB to Trojan Arena. The Trojans wrapped up its preseason with an away win against Murray State last Saturday. The Trojans won the game 3-0 thanks to a shutout performance from goalkeeper Mickey Lewis. The Creekside, Florida native is returning for her sophomore season, starting all 22 games last season as a freshman, recording individual records for goals against, shutouts, and minutes played. Head coach Jason Hamilton tells us she hopes to continue where she left off.
I mean, Mickey's continued where she left off last year. I think she worked extremely hard this summer to become more athletic, to work on, you know, making sure she's as fit as possible, and it shows. She's more comfortable back there in the goal. She's a better leader back there in the goal, and having 11 individual shutouts and then combining for a couple more, she had the confidence already after her freshman season. So for her to get a clean sheet is something we almost expect at this point, and we look forward to having that leadership back there this year and going forward.
The Trojans open the season Friday night against Gardner-Webb at 7 p.m. at the Troy Soccer Complex.